Bitcoin is up 11% in 24 hours. Some amazing things have happened over the last 24 hours, and I want to get into all that and the reason why Bitcoin is up so much in such a small amount of time. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Cody the Coin Raptor, and in today's video, we're going to cover and do a deep dive on why Bitcoin is up so much and specifically what caused it. So we're going to get right into this, and the first thing I want to talk about is something I posted recently on Twitter, and that is that the funding rate right here, I posted this on the 11th of March, noticing that the funding rate, which is a sentiment indicator. I use it kind of like a sentiment indicator. The funding rate shows us the strengths of longs or shorts in perpetual contracts. So what I've noticed here is that a massive short position had been taken out in Bitcoin after Friday's huge sell-off. And I warned on Twitter that it's entirely possible, if there's any positive news or buying strength, we could see a huge short squeeze. And so that is part of the reason why we had a massive move upwards today. Now, if we actually take a look at the funding rate right now, we can see the whole story. And so what we see here is a massive short position being taken out, and then a massive short position get liquidated here on about the 13th of March. And if we zoom out, we can see that this position is the largest short position that we've seen in the entirety of January so far. I said that it was on par with November's liquidation and the massive shorts that we got in November. In fact, if we take a look at our liquidations, we can see here that the total crypto liquidations in the past 2 days was just about a little bit over $300 million. If we look at Bitcoin specifically, we can see that in just the last day alone, $82 million worth of shorts were liquidated. And then if you look at the previous day, add on to that another $40 million. So there's been a pretty massive covering of shorts in the last couple of days. And on top of that, to throw some more fuel onto the fire, Binance recently reported that they are going to be converting $1 billion worth of BUSD stablecoins to Bitcoin, Ether, BNB, and other tokens. So that is also going to provide for additional fuel to the fire, additional buying demand to push Bitcoin and cryptos even higher. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at our crypto chart TA. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our Bitcoin here, starting off. So with Bitcoin was very heavily oversold. And I pointed this out as part of my video earlier last week, that if we take a look at the RSI on the daily, we can see that it went all the way down here to about 28. And again, this is on par with the huge liquidation that we saw back in November. This is on the daily, and we had a massive rebound. In fact, we had volume that was akin to what we saw back in January that pushed it above this level previously, above 20,000. Massive amount of buying volume coming in here. And we can see here that it pushed above that 200-day moving average, which is an absolutely key level, now at 21,700. And on top of that, it pushed through the resistance level here at 22,600. And it got stopped out here just short of about 24,600, okay? So right now, Bitcoin has been on an absolute tear. Do I expect this to continue in the next couple of days? Well, it seems like to me we're probably going to wind up consolidating a little bit. And there's some very important events going on this week that could provide a massive amount of volatility coming, but that's something I'll go over in the next section. So with Bitcoin, I bought Bitcoin back at about 20,575, around this region right here. I have not bought since then, and right now I'm going to wait and see how things play out, because this massive rebound right here, this liquidation, this short covering squeeze, I want to see how this plays out, and I want to see if we can push above this 24K level. Now, as a reminder, the level that we're looking for is above this currently, in order to get back to this whole area above here, about 25,200. That is the resistance point that I'm looking at. This, I've said before, is the key to the bull market. So a strong breakout from this resistance line means that we have a huge development and possibly potentially the end of the bear market if we can break through this line convincingly. So that's what we're looking at next. That right there is the level that I'm keeping my eyes on. All right, so I'm going to put this down here for now. Now, when it comes to Ethereum, Ethereum had a similarly large move up. However, Ethereum is a little bit different in that it got down here into this heavy support zone, this box that I've outlined. It didn't get as oversold as Bitcoin on the daily RSI. It only went down to 32, but then it rebounded very strongly, pushed above its 200-day moving average, just like Bitcoin. And this one, however, went all the way up to that vital resistance point that we talked about before at 1,716. That level right there is like Bitcoin's 25K. So it actually pushed higher than Bitcoin does, and that's not surprising when you consider the fact that Ethereum is more volatile. So that is the next level of resistance I'm looking at for Ethereum. If it can cover that area, push higher, then that would be a very bullish sign indeed. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at our Binance Coin pushed above this level here to about 316 or so. Binance Coin's move today wasn't as big as Bitcoin's. It wasn't as big as Ethereum's. The volume, however, was notable in that it was the largest green volume day that we've seen since November for Binance Coin, so that's pretty notable. Now, the next resistance point here, again, is 317, and above that, you're looking at 336 for Binance Coin. And again, with Binance Coin and Ethereum, they're going to depend entirely upon what Bitcoin does. So if Bitcoin goes up, they're all going to go up and most likely follow. So let's talk about some of the more important events going on this week. And so what we have here is two extremely important events. We have the core CPI and then we have the core PPI. So the core CPI is coming out tomorrow, okay, March 14th, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, right? And the year-over-year prediction for this is going to be at 6%. All right, previous was 6.4%. So if the CPI number comes in hotter than expected, let's say instead of coming in at 6%, it comes in at 6.5 or 6.6, something above. I'd say dramatically above the predicted amount here. Then we could potentially see a huge sell-off in the market. If inflation comes in higher than expected for CPI, then we could always wind up seeing a bigger sell-off. Now, that being said, if it comes in lower, or if it comes in at 6%, let's say, then we could potentially see a continuation rally currently where we are. That would be very bullish news. And then later, you also have the core PPI as well. This could be you can think of this as like your wholesaler prices, and the year over year for that's set to be 4.5%. That was the previous. There's no estimate for this currently, so we'll see how that works out. But ideally, what you want to see is a number lower than this 4.5%. And that'll give us a good idea of the direction that inflation is going in. Now, very, very important, if these numbers come in lower than we expect, then that means that the Fed will be more likely to pause or even cut rates sooner than we think. And that is very important for Bitcoin because when the Fed starts pausing, and especially when the Fed announces that they're going to start cutting, is going to be a hugely bullish event for Bitcoin and for crypto. All right, so keep that in mind. Okay, so I just want to thank you guys. Thanks to all my subscribers out there. Thanks to people that follow me on Twitter. I really appreciate the support and the feedback that you've given me. Definitely appreciate that and wish you guys would continue and wish you guys well. So that's all I've got for you guys today. If you like this content, let me know. Like, subscribe, and go ahead and leave a comment as well. This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and I hope to catch you guys on the next video.